Maggie to the rescue!
Hey everybody! Maggie is here giving lots of TLC to this sweet doll that's a recent estate sale find. Thank you, Maggie. You can have a seat. And as you can see, she needs lots of help. And she is a Horsman doll, and she's marked T21 on the back of her neck, which means she's 21 inches. And this is a Ruthie doll. Such cute faces, and they were made in different sizes. And they were first made in 1956. And I suspect this doll is probably from the early 60s. And she has a vinyl face and vinyl arms and plastic body and legs. So her legs are sort of hollow, and her arms and her face are more squishy. But she needs a lot of help today. She has some kind of mold in her eyes, and so I'm going to have to figure out if I want to use denture cleaner. I don't even think you can, the camera's not even showing it as gross as it actually is. But, and she has a lot of stains on her face. I was going to say I might use the denture cleaner to clean her eyes, or I might wipe them down. We'll see. But she is just filthy all over. And her hair is, ugh, oh my gosh, what is that? Her hair is very gross as well, and it's almost in dreads. The thing is with these Ruthie dolls, they never had smooth or shiny hair. Up here it was sort of curly, and then usually they would have two braids. I mean, the problem for me is, what is this? Then she has all this little short hair here. Oh my goodness. Well, I love this because I'm thrilled to rescue her, because I don't think anybody else was going to get her, and she might have just ended up where we don't want to think about. But so she has blinky eyes, and her lashes are still intact. Cutest little mouth. And I actually have an original Ruthie outfit. It's too small for her, but I'll show it to you to give you an idea of what kind of clothes they wore, and I'll try to find something similar. So first I need to cut these clothes off, and I thought you might want to just see what's underneath. All right, so we're set up for bath time, and I have a regular sponge and a magic eraser. I'm going to put Maggie out of the way so she doesn't get wet. Thank you, Maggie. And let's take another look real quick. I think some of these, like, is that a ballpoint pen? I might have to do some stain removal later. I'm just going to try to get superficial dirt off of her as much as I can right now. So here she goes. She doesn't really fit. Let's see. All right. Oh, that's not coming off. I'm going to have to use the magic eraser. There we go. About that. And I'm just using regular dish soap. So far, so good. She has a little tiny crack right there. Not too bad. Oh, that's coming off too. This one might be a little bit of an issue. So I did a little bit more scrubbing off camera, and I noticed that water had gotten inside of her, so I did take her leg off to let the water drain out. And now I'm just going to dry her off a little bit and see what's going on. So she's not spotless, but compared to how she was, I think she did really beautifully. So I'm going to dry off her face, the tops of her eyelids. And if that's actually mold in there, that can climb to your other dolls. It's dangerous to have that mold in your doll collection, so you do need to get that out. Get your ears clean. So I think this is a stain and this is a stain. I might in the future do a little stain removal on that, but I want to get her cleaned up for today. I need to get her nose a little cleaner. So I'm using a baby wipe and I'm doing this very gently, just kind of skimming over the top of the eye. My fingers are all pruny from washing her. Oh. It's the little part down in here that I'm worried about. Otherwise, I'm not too worried. Let's see. So I'm gonna get a toothpick and push it against this and see if I can just go around her eyes. So I'm just gonna wrap the wet wipe around the toothpick. Ew. Well, that's looking pretty good. You can see the see, this is some of the mold that's coming out. Just wipe that down. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right. That really is some kind of hard glue that, oh my gosh, it's all in her hair here. Oh, huh. I might have to soak her hair overnight. Might not be able to do it today. Well, I'm gonna cut this off and see what we have first. Look at that. It's so pretty. I'll have to make that into something else to remember it by. All right. What in the world? Why would somebody pour glue in her hair? I guess it could have been an accident. Well, I am going to soak her hair for a couple of hours. I'm going to use fabric softener. So I'll either be back later today or tomorrow. So a little update. I soaked her hair and the glue is turning white, but it's still really gunked in there. I don't know. I thought maybe I could try some Goo Gone, but I don't know if that'll harm her hair. So I'm just going to continue and see what happens. I'm having to hold the camera with one hand, but I found something that's sort of working, which is to pour boiled water over the glue, which seems to melt it, which might be melting our hair too, but we'll see. And then I'm just combing through it. Sorry, wish I had a tripod in here, but I don't. But anyway, so I just combed through it and I got some glue out. Here's some that I got out. So I'm just continuing to comb and put hot water. Okay, so it is not the next day. I just obsessed over getting the glue out of her hair, which it's not out completely. There are little bits still in here, but what I want to do is go ahead and condition it and then comb her hair from the ends towards the crown, and then I can start to work some of that glue out. And poor Maggie, she got her dress wet in the process, so she's wearing her other dress. Isn't that cute? So sorry about that, Maggie. We'll put you over here so that doesn't happen again. So I am going to condition her hair now. So I'm just using an inexpensive human hair conditioner, but I do think there are probably some essential oils in here, and so don't leave it in. Just work it through the hair and then rinse it out, because essential oils can harm plastic. You can still see bits of the glue, and I'm just going to try to pull those as I go if I can. My hands are so pruned up from all this work on her hair. If you're like me, you get obsessed and you just have to get it done or you can't sleep. So just gotta see what I can do today. There's actually one pretty curl at the back of her head. Let me see if I can find it. Look at that. I love it when I find what their hair was originally. So I'm being really generous with the conditioner because of the condition of her hair. Can you hear that? So the ends of her hair are not going to be pretty. I'll definitely do a little trimming. So I'm going to go rinse this out and then I'm going to start combing. All right, so I rinsed the conditioner. As you can see, her hair is pretty matted and bad, and I'll be dealing with these little bits of glue in her hair as I comb out. Wow, listen to that. I think we're probably going to be losing some hair today in a way that I typically try not to. Yikes. But my philosophy is, if the doll was basically going to be thrown out in the first place, whatever we can do to rescue them is good. That. So the hot water really broke up the glue, softened it up and sort of broke it down. So it is great that I'm able to just sort of comb through it, let it break up, and then I can kind of pick it out. The comb is picking up quite a bit of it. So this is sort of getting closer to the texture of a Ruthie doll hair. Now that her hair is drying, I am going to put her leg back on. And just make sure that she's completely dry in her interior. Maggie needs a day at the salon too. She's so busy giving TLC to dolls that she gets neglected. You'll get a salon day, Maggie. Very soon. Maybe tonight. It's interesting because Ruthie dolls had 2 braids, but it's weird that their heads had this sort of bald area. See, there was nothing here at all. So, wonder So maybe this was sort of puffed up and the two braids are here. See, this wasn't rooted. Oh, by the way, to get her leg back on, I did use a little bit of the blow dryer. And I also noticed her leg is not as, it's a little looser now than the other leg. I don't know if it was before, but that might be because I took it off. But that's okay. I'd rather it be that way than her have any mildew or mold inside of her. Maybe just sort of train it down a little bit. Ruthie's a challenge. I'm going to try brushing a little bit. See that? That's some original hair. That looks pretty. That's what it's supposed to be like. Look at all that. Still got a lot of hair. Wish it was all like this. So I just blow dried her hair a little bit and blow dried her bangs down, and I think that worked pretty well. And I am going to think about how I'm going to braid her hair. This part is so mysterious to me, and how to make braids in a way that that doesn't show. I really do think this might have been sort of teased and sort of separate, kept like that. But she looks sort of glamorous right now, doesn't she, with her hair long? I'm thrilled that I can brush through her hair. That was a little touch and go. And I just see a few remnants of glue. Pretty shocked about that. So I think this is about the center. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some of this hair out. I'm just gonna fluff that up. I'm not gonna put it in the braid. Last bit of glue in her hair that I'm going to get out. So I'm just teasing it a little bit. And using a couple of bobby pins to secure it in place. There's something so satisfying about trimming their hair. I'm almost glad when they need that done. I'll share some Ruthie photos with you in a little bit, but they would almost always have their hair in braids like this. So I'm going to get her dusted off, and then I'm going to show you some outfit choices. I wanted to show you what an original Ruthie outfit looks like. Again, unfortunately, this was for a doll that was smaller. But so it's the little red polka dots, so cute, and the little pinafore with, is that a cherry? And the little bloomers, so cute. Gosh, doll clothes were made so much nicer than they are now. Although I guess American Girl doll clothes are made nicely, but so many of the others are so cheaply mass-produced. But these are just so well made. So like I said, unfortunately this is too small for her, but this is, you know, the style. So it's cute, it's young, and at the time, you know, it was fashionable at the time. And so again, I think she's probably from the early 60s, so that's sort of the look I'm going for. Have this cute pink coat, corduroy, and this pink dress with a sort of 50s, 60s print. And this is sort of a pinafore dress. Have a couple of options of little bloomers for her. Those original Ruthie bloomers actually might fit her. And then there's this little purple dress with smocking, and then this really cute little dress. So I am going to try different ones on her, and then I'm going to put some ribbons in her hair, and then Maggie and I are going to get ready for the big reveal. What a beauty. So I put her in the pink coat and this adorable bonnet, and I chose red ribbons to match her lips and give her a little Valentine look. And I put the pearls from her hair in the buttonholes of her jacket. And she might still have a few stains and scratches, but she turned out so beautifully. I'm just thrilled. So let's take a look at her before. And here she is after. Well, thank goodness I was able to get the glue out of her hair. That's the thing I was the most worried about. But it all turned out well. And I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to Maggie to the Rescue to see more restorations and show and tells in the future. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.